In 1955, Kelly, Kentucky, 70 miles north of Nashville, Tennessee, was a peaceful farming community. On the evening of August 21st, deep in the Kelly countryside, a party of 10 people reported a wild encounter with aliens. The Langfords were winding down from a family get-together filled with laughter and card playing. 12 years old at the time, Lonnie Langford says he remembers that night clearly.
There was me, my brother, my sister, 2 half-brothers, their wives, and a friend and his wife. And that's about it, besides my mother. And we just sat around, and talked and played cards. My half-brother's friend, Taylor, he had to go out. We didn't have no inside restrooms back then. And as he was going out the door, he looked up and he noticed this round object. It had lights all around it.
The Langfords' guest raced inside to tell the others what he had seen. They all thought he was joking. The card playing went on, uninterrupted. Finally, everyone turned in for the night, everyone except Lonnie's mother.
She was just laying there awake with her eyes open and looking out the living room window, and saw this this object standing there. She screamed,
Everyone jumped out of bed, and Lonnie's brothers grabbed their shotguns.
He saw little creatures 3 foot tall, webbed feet, webbed ears, big eyes, hands that were webbed, shaped like. They were silver, had silver uniforms, no noise, no sound, no talking. They was just there. I don't know why.
Lonnie and his family watched the creatures float through the air as his brothers fired their shotguns. They say some bullets knocked the aliens over, but that to everyone's horror, the strange beings got back up again, unscathed.
Everybody got roused up, started hollering and screaming.
Lonnie's brother headed outside with his shotgun.
Just as he was going outside, one of them grabbed him by the hair of the head, and then he jumped on out in the yard and, shot at him.
Lonnie Langford said he and his family watched in terror as these glowing beings circled their home. When his brothers finally ran out of ammunition, they brandished their flashlights. The beams illuminated the sky, and to the family's surprise, the silver creatures quickly retreated into the darkness.
They wasn't trying to hurt nobody. They wasn't trying to hurt us all. I think they was more scared of us than we were of them. But I was really scared. I'm just telling you the truth.
If you feel like your brain craves pleasure just as much as it craves being a man of integrity, it's probably no.
Is Lonnie Langford telling the truth? Or is his story nothing more than a twisted memory from a family gathering gone awry? What we do know is that on the same evening, other residents in the area had reported what they believed to be meteor sightings, accompanied by a strange, machine-like hum. When the Langfords reported their sighting, police officers, state troopers, and even soldiers from the nearby Fort Campbell Army Base arrived to check it out. Kentucky State Trooper Russell Ferguson investigated the incident. He found no physical evidence to substantiate the Langford story.
The only thing that we did find was the family there, rather disturbed, very emotional, and swearing that something had occurred in the way of small, silver-looking people with big eyes and big heads trying to get into their house.
UFO investigator Philip Imbrogno finds the Langford family's story compelling. He thinks they may indeed have encountered extraterrestrials.
It is one of the cases that is actually very convincing, because here you have a family that really didn't care anything about UFOs, and all of a sudden they report that they had these little beings coming on their property and they fired on them and so on. And to this day, that is one of the cases that convince me that perhaps we should consider that there are extraterrestrials here from time to time that have landed on our planet and interacted with our society.